What's up, ICSP family? Look, now more than ever, we need this Initiate Change Spark Peace movement. So with that being said, make sure that you hit the thumbs up, you subscribe, and you basically share this video so that we can get these ideas spread, because these are the ideas that we need so that we're not, spreading more of the negativity and the fear. So, we got some heavy stuff that we're going to talk about today, some things that might not be the popular opinion, but these things definitely need to be said because we need to walk more in truth. So before we get started, I want to basically say that, my heart goes out to everybody that's been affected by police brutality. And, I'm praying for you guys. But look, the reality of the situation is these types of things have been happening for a while. We as a society have been living in fear pretty much since the beginning, which I kind of talked about in the first video, but I cannot stress this enough. The fact remains that the Constitution was put in place when slavery was still a big thing at the time. They had slaves, and these people were definitely relying on slaves to do the majority of their work and pretty much control their minds with fear. So as we move forward, we definitely realize that progress has been made as far as the things that Malcolm X and Martin Luther King's basically stood for and what they fought for. It's not just Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. If you look further back in history, the reality of the situation is the majority of people that actually brought about change had to die for what they believed in. And that's just one of the truths that we have to sit on ourselves. So as we move forward, I think it's important to realize that is a really important concept to just grasp in itself. It's a tough pill to swallow, but the heavy hitters pretty much had to die for what they believed in. The biggest mindset shift that we need to have as a community is basically starting with ourselves. If you take a look at what the protesting is doing, yeah, it's given us an opportunity to basically give us a voice and allow us to be heard, but it's been happening for decades now. The protesting has been happening for a long time now. So I think it's important for us to realize that we're screaming no justice, no peace, but at the same time, we've been saying this for a long time. So I think one of the basic concepts that we need to explore is where we're really getting this peace from. If we're searching for peace from our government, then I don't think that that's going to be a real reality that we're going to have. I think it's more important to search for peace within ourselves and communities, and more importantly, with God. Everything's been thrown at us all at once, and they're trying to see how we respond. In the Bible, in Romans chapter 12, I think this is one of the most important things for us to understand here. The Apostle Paul said, "Be transformed by the renewing of your mind." So pretty much what that means is it's our mindset that's going to allow us to be truly liberated. Unless we break the chains off our mind and really understand that concept, it's really something that we're fighting that may not ever end. I think it's important also to think about some of the forefounders in personal development. They pretty much argue a lot of things, but one of the things they come to agreement with is that you become what you think about. So Earl Nightingale, which was one of the founders of the personal development movement, he pretty much said that the strangest secret in America, and men specifically, is that we simply don't think, we just conform. So I think for us specifically, one of the changes we need to have is the change in our mindset, like I said before in this past video, and really adopting and being willing to change our mindsets. We definitely have to create more leaders, more creative thinkers, more people that are willing to think outside the box and not just act specifically on emotion. Because if we act on emotion, we're going to be out here like we are now. We're going to be looting. We're going to be hit with rubber bullets. We're going to be killed. We're going to be shot. And, it's just going to bring a race war. But if you look at the race war, the majority are our people. We cannot be out here killing each other. We have to take a look at how we're going to strategize and basically come up with different concepts so we can move forward for the future generations and really plant the seeds in their mind. So I think, like I said, it's really, really important to have a mindset shift in how we're going to operate and really evaluate different strategies so that we can come up with a different plan of how we're going to basically attack this social injustice and racism. Lastly, I want to close on the fact that we are in spiritual warfare. If we don't realize that we are spirit beings living in a physical body, and if you don't have a solid foundation of who you are and where you're gaining your power from, then it's going to be really easy to control your mind. So, if you don't have a foundation of God, and you have faith in God, and you truly walk that path, they can manipulate you in pretty much so many different forms and infiltrate your mind, which, like I said, is the biggest battle that we all face. Because if they can control the outside realm and pretty much make that affect you as a person and how you're going to maneuver and how you're going to think, and you don't really gain your true peace and your true source from within, then that's something easily that they can just break your spirit with. So I think like I said, let's just recap with this. The mind is not truly liberated unless you come to peace with who you are and where you come from. So, if you don't believe in God, or if you have any solid foundation from who you are, it's really easy to break your spirit. So I think it's important for us all to really start gaining some foundation, because I believe that the enemy is building an army, and God is definitely seeking different people too to become soldiers in Christ and enter their bodies so that they can become servants for him. So with that being said, let's definitely begin the process of initiating change, sparking peace in our minds, and bringing more people to Christ so that they can pretty much control the new world order that's going to happen, so that we're not living in fear and our minds are not being manipulated by the enemy. Peace.